The flat lasted only minutes, but you felt like hours had passed when the last man fell silent, took over Taeyong. Dark eyes scanned the room until they landed on her, every muscle in her body frozen. He walked slowly, deliberately, like a predator approaching prey. Mine, he hissed, crouching before her. His hand gripped her jaw lightly, lifting her chin to meet his eyes. No one touched what's mine, you whimpered, still shaking. Her body trembled from both fear and relief. He stepped closer, cutting the ropes that had bound her. In panic, the cords fell away, revealing angry red welts across her wrist. Her knees gave in, and she almost collapsed, but Taeyong's arms catch her instantly. He held her close, wrapping his black coat around her shivering body. "You are safe now," he whispered, brushing away her tears with his thumb. Her tears soaked his shirt as she clinched to him, wiggling for the first time. The fear hadn't left, but it mixed with a strange, twisted relief. She was in his arms, under his protection, untouchable by everyone else. "Cry all you want," he whispered near her ear. "I will kill the world before everyone touch you again." Her heartbeat raced, chest tight. She had always resisted him, hated the control he had, but in his movement she realized how much he needed him. Outside, some of the rival gang's members were pleading, but Taeyong Man had them surrounded. Even as they ran, Taeyong didn't them escape easily. His dark, glowing eyes, rudeness, every flinch calculated, every step precise. The car sped away from the warehouse. Smoke lingered in the night air, mixing with the faint metallic scent of blood. Yu's arm remained wrapped around him. She realized something she couldn't deny. Her fear of him would never disappear, but the twisted relief, the dark comfort of his arms, and the certainty of his protection, she couldn't resist it. Her heart and mind were conflicted. She hated him, she needed him, and in the terrifying chaos of the night, she understood one thing: Taeyong would never let anyone harm her, and in his merciless, ruthless way, she belonged to him. After the terrifying events of the warehouse, Yu and Taeyong finally returned to the mansion. Yu's body was still trembling, her lips and nose sore and bleeding from the harsh treatment she had endured. She clung to him tightly as soon as they entered, refusing to let go. Even a small separation terrified her. Every step he took made her feel slightly safer, but the fear of being left alone still weighed heavy on her. Taeyong noticed immediately how afraid she was. He spoke softly. "It's okay now, you are safe with me." His voice had calm authority that eased her panic just a little. He carefully guided her to the bedroom, his hands gentle as he led her to sit on the edge of the bed. He began tending to her wounds, his touch precise and deliberate. He cleaned the blood from her lips and nose, bandaged her cuts, and checked her bruises. His action were tender, almost protective, showing a soft side amidst the darkness of his usual persona. You felt a strange mix of relief and fear as he worked, unsure how to feel about someone so merciless being so careful with her. Just then, Taeyong's mother entered the room. Her presence brought a sense of warmth that seemed almost cut off place after the horror of the previous day. She knelt beside Yu, offering a comforting smile. "You are safe now, sweetheart," she said gently. "We will protect you. I care for you." Her words were soft, full of genuine affection, and you felt her tense body relax slightly. For the first time in a long while, she allowed herself to feel some trust. Hyung's mother treated her almost like a daughter, and the kindness in her eyes gave you a small sense of normalcy. After what Taeyong personally fed you, he had made sure she ate slowly, giving her a small portion at a time, watching her carefully to see that she was not too weak or in too much pain. Every bite she took seemed to stretch her just a little, but she still leaned heavy against him, not wanting to let go. Once she finished, he helped her lie down, wrapping his arm around her. She rested her head against his chest, feeling the steady beat of his heart beneath her ear. Despite the lingering fear, the intimacy of the movement offered a small measure of comfort. You closed her eyes, letting the tense in her muscles ease, if only a little. The next day, Taeyong took you on a journey to a strange and dangerous place. She could see that its location was remote, far from the safety of the mansion. "I want to go home," she whispered nervously, but Taeyong didn't respond. His focus remained forward unbroken, and you realized that this was part of his plan. The air around them was tense, heavy with mystery, and your stomach crunched with unease. Every shadow seemed alive, and every sound echoed like a warning. Soon they arrived at a large warehouse in the mountains, heavily guarded. Your eyes widened as she scanned the area, her fear intensifying as they stepped inside. She recognized the feature lit up with ropes. Her sister-in-law, two brothers. Her heart raced. They were the same men who had kidnapped her before. Fear gripped her tightly, and she instinctively pressed herself close behind Taeyong, hiding as best she could. Seeing her reaction, Taeyong's eyes darkened, his aura shifted, and a merciless intensity filled the room, yet he didn't let that intensity overwhelm you. Gently, he guided her to a chair and made her sit, keeping her safe while he controlled the enemies. "Stay here," he whispered softly, his voice calm but firm. "I will handle this." You pressed herself to the corner of the chair, her body trembling. She covered her eyes with her hands, wishing she could disappear. Then the brutality began. Taeyong moved like a storm. Every punch, every kick, every strike was precious, devastating, and ruthless. He fought the kidnappers with unmatched skill, breaking wrists, blocking knife attacks, and striking with a force that left no room for resistance. His movements were controlled by deadly, and the sound of the light, the punches, the gunfire, the shoots, and joined throughout the warehouse. Blood splattered across the floor, and bodies fell one by one. Even the guards who were present could not hide their fear. They stepped back instinctively, careful not to get too close to the notorious man in front of them. You stay seated in the corner, her eyes tightly closed, trembling violently. She could hear every impact, every grunt, and every shout. Her chest ached, her heart pounding, and yet deep inside she couldn't stop thinking about him. Taeyong disparate her fear. She trusted that he would protect her even as she trembled. She knew that he was her only safe place, the one person who could face these enemies without hesitation. The fighting continued. Taeyong's dark and merciless side fully display. He was a force that could not be stopped, a predator whose presence alone silenced the strongest of men. Every enemy who dared to challenge him fell quickly and decisively. The warehouse, once full of chaos and threat, gradually became a sense of silence after the storm of brutality. Finally, when the last of the enemies were dealt with, Taeyong gaze swept the room immediately. It landed on you. He walked towards her slowly, each step measured and deliberate. Like a predator approaching its prey, the intensity of his stare made you shiver. "Mine," he said, his voice low, firm, and dangerous. "No one touch what's mine." He crouched beside her and cut the ropes that had bound the kidnappers. Then, turn to free you. Her wrists were red and sore, but finally she was untied. Her body weakened and she sagged in exhaustion. Without hesitation, Taeyong lifted her into his arms. He let her close, wiping away the tears from her face. "You are safe now," he whispered softly, his voice carrying the weight of protection and promise. For the first time since the kidnapping, Yu clinged to him willingly. She rested against him, a mixture of fear and twisted relief washing over her. Taeyong whispered into her ear, his voice low and commanding, "I will kill anyone who touches you." Some of the remaining enemies tried to flee, but Taeyong's presence was enough to stop most of them. A few managed to escape, but it was clear that they would not get far. Yu stayed pressed against him, her body shaking but finally safe. Even as they returned to the mansion, the memory of the brutal fight and Taeyong's merciless strength lingered in her mind. Despite the fear, a strange dependence on him had grown. She realized that no matter how much she feared him, she trusted him completely in his arms. She felt protected even if that protection came through darkness and danger. Yu closed her eyes again, resting against his chest, knowing that no matter what challenge come next, she could face them with Taeyong by her side. The bond of fear, trust, and dark attachment had deepened, and she clung to it, unwilling to let go. The days after the kidnapping passed slowly, but something inside Yu has started to change. Fear was still there, but along with it came thoughts she had never allowed herself to feel before. When she looked at Taeyong, she didn't only see the notorious Mafia King anymore. She saw the man who had carried her out of that blood-soaked warehouse, the man who had held her tightly and whispered that she was safe. Slowly, you began to realize that Taeyong was not cruel as she had always believed. He had never shouted at her without reason. He had never laid a hand on her in anger. Instead, every time she was in pain, he had dealt with her gently, treated her wounds with his own hands. His touch was careful, almost tender, as if she was made of glass that could break at the slightest pressure. She remembered the night of their forced marriage. At that time, she had hated him more than anything in the world. He had taken away her choice, her freedom. She had seen him a monster, someone who wanted to chain her for his own control, but now she was starting to see something she had ignored before. Yes, the marriage had been forced, but since that man, Taeyong had never let anyone harm her. He had never allowed another man's shadow to fall on her. Her heart tightened when her mind went back to the dark alley. The memory was sharp, terrifying. Men had surrounded her, their eyes filled with danger. Their hands reached for her that night. If Taeyong had not appeared, she hadn't even want to imagine that would have happened to her. That single memory changed something in her chest. Maybe he was obsessive, maybe he was controlling, but he was also her shield, the only wall standing between her and world full of threats. You sat by the window of her bedroom, lost in her thoughts. The mansion outside was calm. Guards stood at every corner, their presence heavy and watchful. But inside the room there was a strange sense of peace. The door opened quietly and Taeyong stepped in. His dark suit, his sharp eyes, his aura. It was always intimidating, but today when she looked at him, her heart didn't only race with fear. There was something else, something softer hidden deep inside her. He glanced at her for a long moment before speaking. "You are not crying today." You lowered her gaze. "No, I am not." A small silence stretched between them. Then with slow steps he walked closer. His presence always filled the room like a storm. But this time she didn't move away. He leaned slightly, his eyes steady. Her face, "You are healing," he said, his voice quieter. Good. The way he said it, it was not just a observation, it sounded like relief. For the first time, Yu's lips curved into the smallest of a smile. It was faint, almost invisible, but Taeyong noticed his eyes soft for a second before he turned away as if hiding it. Later that evening, Yu realized something else had changed. For weeks, maybe months, her life inside the mansion had been changed, had been like a cage. She was locked in her room every night. Guards followed her steps. Every move was watched. It was suffocating, but now the door was no longer locked. At first, she thought it was a mistake. She waited, expecting someone to bar the door again, but no one did. Slowly, with the casuous steps, you walked out into the hall. The guards glanced at him but said nothing. She walked further, her hands brushing the walls of the mansion she had barely seen before. For the first time, she was free to explore. The grand staircase, the endless corridors, the quiet library, the sunlit gardens, everything was open to her. She could walk whatever she wanted. She could breathe without feeling trapped. It was strange. She had hated this place once, called it a prison, but walking freely now, she realized something new. This was not a cage anymore, not when she had the choice to move. Not when Taeyong had trusted her enough to give her that freedom. Her heart was conflicted. She remembered the girl she had been before, the one who screamed, who fought, who wanted to escape him at any cost. But that girl was changed slowly, quietly. She was changing. At dinner that night, she sat across from Taeyong at the long dining table. The silence between them was no longer heavy with anger. It was calm, almost comforting. He served food onto her plate himself, watching to make sure she ate. When she did, his shoulders relaxed slightly as if a hidden weight had been lifted. She found herself whispered without thinking, "Thank you." The words were small, almost fragile, but Taeyong froze for a moment, his eyes sharp with surprise. Then slowly he nodded. "You don't need to thank me," he said. "Voice low, "You are mine. Taking care of you is not a favor. It was my duty." Yu's heart jumped at the word mine. She still hated it. It still felt like change, but this time it didn't feel heavy. This time it carried a strange warmth too. That night when she walked back to her room, no guard followed her inside. The lock didn't click shut. The freedom was lying on her bed. Yu stared at the ceiling, her mind full of memories. Taeyong had forced her into his world. He had titled her life to his in a way she had never wanted, but he had always protected her, cared for her, and now trusted her enough to let her walk free inside the empire. Slowly, she was beginning to understand. Taeyong was dangerous. He was merciless to the world, but to her, always to her, he had shown a different side, a side that was softer, protective, almost tender, and for the first time, Yu allowed herself to accept it. Maybe he was not a cruel as she thought. Maybe, just maybe, she could start to live with this new truth. The mansion was quiet that evening. Only the sound of carts walking outside could be heard. Yu was walking down the hall holding a book in her hand. She was planning to sit in the library for some time. As she walked past the long corridors, she noticed the private office door was not fully closed. A faint light was shining through the small gap. She stopped when she heard voice inside. At first she thought it was just business talk. Taeyong always spoke with people about money, land and power, but then she frozen. The second voice belonged to her mother. Her heart jumped in her chest. Why was her mother here? Slowly Yu took one careful step closer. She didn't push the door, she only leaned slightly. To the words become clear. Inside, her mother's voice was sharp and cold. You were never supposed to care this much about her, Taeyong. You was never special. Taeyong's voice was calm but heavy with danger. Be careful with your words. Her mother let out a small laugh. Do you know, once I ever sent her sister in her place, you didn't notice because it never matters which daughter was standing in front of you. You was always replaceable. You hand shock, her breath catch in her throat. Sister replaceable, her chest tightened painfully. Her mother continued, voice full of bitterness. And her brother, I sent him to you only for money. That's all. You had never been in this family a way to get what we want. Do you think I keep her because I love her? No, I never loved her. You felt the blood drain from her face. Her knees weakened, but she forced herself to stay still. Her mother's words cut like knives. She reminds me too much of her father. His face, his stubbornness, his silence. Every time I look at her, I see him. That's why I left her with him when she was young. That's why I never treat her like my other children. She was always his child, never mind. Tears filled Yu's eyes. Every word to explain the years of coldness, the distance, the rejection. She never understood. Her heart broke into pieces. Inside the office, silence followed. Then Taeyong spoke, his voice low and dangerous. You abandoned her once. That mistake I can forgive, but now he leaned forward, his tone like fire hidden under ice. If you try to use her again, if you ever think of touching her life, I will be your last mistake. She does, Taeyong said firmly. His jaw tightened, his eyes sharp with fury. You is mine, and no one, especially you, has the right to hurt her. You gasped softly, clapping her hand over her mouth. Before the sound could escape, her chest was burning with too much emotions, pain, betrayal, shock, and something strange. When Taeyong said those words, mine, she couldn't stand there anymore. Quietly, carefully, she stepped back from the door. Her feet felt heavy, but she forced herself down the hall away from the office. By the time she reached her room, her tears were filled freely. She locked the room behind her and collapsed on the floor. The book she was holding slipped from the hands. Her whole body shocked. So it was true. Her mother never loved her. Her family used her. Even her siblings were part of the plan. She was nothing but a tool, a way to gain money, power, advantage. Why me? She whispered, hugging her knees. Why was I never enough? Her sobs filled the room. Memories flashed in her mind. Her mother ignored her birthdays, her sister always being praised, her brother being treated like a prince, while she was left in shadows. Now she finally understood the reason she was not loved, because she was not wanted. And yet another thought broke through her pain. Taeyong, the way he had stood up for her, the way he had said she matters, she's mine all the time. She had hated his change, his rules, the obsession, but compared to her own family betrayal, his obsession was the only thing keeping her alive. His arms were the only shield she had never known. The contradiction made her cry harder. She hated that truth, but deep inside it warmed her too. An hour later, the door opened with a soft click. She looked up quickly, wiping her tears. Taeyong entered. His expression was calm, but his eyes carried a storm. He walked towards her slowly. You heard? Her lips trembled. She couldn't answer, but her silence was enough. He kneeled down in front of her, his hand reaching out to lift her chin gently. His thumb brushed away a tear. For once his touch didn't feel like change, it felt like care. Don't cry because of them, he said softly, but his voice carried a still edge. They don't deserve your tears. They don't deserve you. You just tightened, but they are my family. The young eyes darkened. Family? No. They abandoned you, they betrayed you. From now on, you don't need them. His fingers tightened slightly under her chin. From now on, you only need me. A fresh tear rolled down her cheeks, but this time it was not only from pain, it was from the strange comfort in his words. She should have resisted, she should have shouted at him, but instead her body leaned into his touch, desperate for the safety her blood family never gave. That night, you lay awake in her bed, staring at the ceiling. Her mother's words still echoed in her mind like poison. But so did Taeyong. You are mine, you matter. For the first time, the chain didn't feel like prison. They felt like protection. For the first time, she wondered if being his was safer than being free. The days after you discovered the truth about her family were the hardest of her life. Her own blood had betrayed her. Her mate had never loved her. Her sister was sent in her place once before. Her brother had used her life for money. All those years of coldness and distance finally made sense. It broke her heart, but in that darkness, there was one person who never left her side, Taeyong. Every morning he was there. When she woke up crying in the middle of the night, he was the one who holding her. Whispered that she was safe. When she refused to eat, he sat down beside her and patiently fed her himself spoon by spoon. When her wound stung, his hands were gentle, carefully cleaning and bandaging them. You noticed something strange behind the image of a cold mafia king. There was a man who cared for her in a way no one else ever had. He never shouted at her, never forced her to talk, but his presence was always steady. At first you confused how could someone who forced her into marriage now show such kindness, but as day passed she realized it had never hurt her. He had only protected her even when it meant showing his brutal side to the world. Slowly you began to relax around him. She started to talk more. She shared little pieces of her thoughts. Sometimes when Taeyong had said something unexpected, dry or sarcastic, she even laughed. It was a small sound, soft and shy, but it was the first time in a long while that she felt light. And Taeyong, he looked at her like that look was worth more than his entire empire. You realized something she never thought possible. She felt safer with him than she ever had with her family. With them, she was always the unwanted child. With him, she was everything. The fear she once felt began to fade. In its place grew comfort. One night she sat beside him in a quiet of the library. The firelight flickered, painting shadows on the wall. For a long moment she just watched him, his sharp eyes reading, his hand resting near hers. Then she whispered almost to him herself, "I don't hate you anymore." Taeyong froze, his hand turned sharply, his eye expression unreadable. For a moment you worried she had said something wrong, but then the corner of his lips curved into the soft smile she had ever seen on him. "Say it again," he whispered, her cheeks warm, but she repeated, "I don't hate you." His hand reached for her, fingers threading gently through her own. "You don't know what that means to me," he said, voice low and full of emotion. "I will never force you again. You from now on, everything will be your choice." Looking into his eyes, she saw honesty, not the dangerous mafia king the world feared, but a man who wanted her heart more than anything else. And in that moment you realized something terrifying and beautiful, as at the same time she had fallen for him. The next evening, Taeyong took her outside. The mansion gardens were quiet, the moon casting silver light over the flowers. God stayed at a distance, giving them privacy. They walked slowly side by side in silence at first. Then Taeyong spoke. I never believed I will deserve something pure, he admitted, but with you I want to be better. I want to protect you, not cage you. You stopped walking, she turned to him, her heart pounding. She thought of everything, the kidnapping, the pain, the betrayal, and then all the nights he stayed awake just to make sure she was okay. She whispered, I feel safe with you. Taeyong's eyes widened slightly. For a man who had everything, power, money, fear, those eyes were more valuable than anything else in the world. He reached out, cupping her face gently. That's all I ever wanted, he said softly, for you to feel safe with me. Time passed. You no longer walked through the mansion as a prisoner. She walked freely with her head high, knowing she was there by choice. No, she no longer felt fear when she saw Taeyong's dark eyes. Instant, she saw love, loyalty burning inside them. She fully accepted her place beside him, not because she was forced, but because her heart wanted to, and Taeyong treasured her more than his entire empire. One evening he pulled her close, his arm wrapping around her tightly, his lips brushing her hair as he whispered, no more chains, only love forever. This time you didn't feel trapped by the world, mind. She smiled softly, her heart calm and full, because she knew she belonged with him, not by force, but by her own choice. A few weeks later, you sat at a dining table with Taeyong and his mother. Taeyong's mother reached across the table, gently taking your hand. Her eyes were warm as she said, you are the daughter I always wanted. Tears filled Yu's eyes, but for once they were not from pain, but for the first time in her life she felt like she had real family. That night, when Taeyong kissed her forehead before they slept, you whispered back the words she once thought she could never say, I love you, and both of them, it was the beginning of a new life, no built, on chance or fear, but on love, trust, and a bond stronger than any empire.